Former Republican presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy has condemned the escalating violence against Hindus in Bangladesh amid ongoing unrest. In a detailed post on X, formerly Twitter, Ramaswamy criticized the victimhood-laced quota systems in the country, arguing that these policies have contributed to the current crisis. He emphasized that bloodshed often follows grievances rooted in victimhood, highlighting the dangerous cycle that can ensue. Ramaswamy, who exited the presidential race in January to endorse Donald Trump, elaborated on the quota system, initially established to address the atrocities committed during the 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. This system aimed to allocate government jobs to specific social groups, including war veterans and victims of violence. However, Ramaswamy pointed out that the quota system, which was largely dismantled in 2018 due to widespread protests, was reinstated earlier this year, leading to renewed unrest and violence. The protests, which began in June against the quota system, have since morphed into broader anti-government demonstrations, culminating in the resignation and exile of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina on August 5. Since then, reports indicate that at least 500 people have died in the violence, with Hindu minorities facing severe persecution. Incidents of arson, looting, and lynching targeting Hindus have surged, prompting many to flee to neighboring India in search of safety. Ramaswamy noted that the quota conflict, originally intended to rectify historical injustices, has paradoxically resulted in increased violence against minorities. He stated, "Once chaos begins, it can't easily be reined in. Radicals are now targeting Hindu minorities." His remarks serve as a cautionary tale about the potential consequences of policies rooted in grievance and victimhood. In light of the situation, Muhammad Yunus, a Nobel Peace Laureate and chief advisor of the interim government, has called for the protection of minority rights and condemned the violence against Hindus. He visited a Hindu temple to express solidarity and urged citizens to uphold equal rights for all. Ramaswamy concluded his post by reflecting on the implications of the Bangladesh crisis for the United States, suggesting that there are valuable lessons to be learned from the unfolding events. He stated, "It's hard not to look at Bangladesh and wonder what lessons we would do well to learn right here at home." The turmoil in Bangladesh continues to evolve, with protests demanding protection for minorities, and calls for the establishment of special courts to address violence against them. The situation remains precarious as the interim government grapples with the fallout from the protests, and the urgent need to restore stability.